So you said you didn't want to ever sign to a label. Are you Drumwork? Like, is that?
Yeah, I'm Drumwork, but it's more like a marketing situation. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, bro, like Conway, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we linked up maybe about like six or so years, 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When he was making his music, and I was already doing my own thing. With my label, How Hood University Records, and
How hood?
How Hood University Records. Yep, yep. And basically, you know what I'm saying? Like I was doing a lot of recording for him, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And that just became my bro. You know
How'd
what
you
I'm
guys
saying?
link up?
Actually through B Burton, you know what I'm saying? That's my
Shout
cousin.
out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. B Burton, he the man, you know what I'm saying? That's my cousin. Um, Basically what happened was I got a verse from Conway, you know what I'm saying? I was like, fucking with his shit. And I was like, yo, let me get a verse. He came to my studio. I had a studio, you know what I'm saying? And when B Burton brought him through, he just kind of liked the situation. He was like, yo, like, I want to try to record here, you know what I'm saying? So I was like,
Yeah.
it ain't nothing, so that's how our relationship started.
I love that he just left for this because I was about to gas him up. I was about to be like, that's a good person. Like having him on your team, he was showing me love and shit. And it's like you need the connectors. People are good at networking, putting people together.
Listen, he one of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand what B Burton really has his hands in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done a lot of work behind the scenes for Griselda. You know what I'm saying? For Conway, for a lot of acts. You know what I'm saying? Like he's important.
So you start working like 6 years ago with them,
Mhm.
and then how does that grow? Because I do want to like, is How Hood still like your label? You're still working on that?
That's still my label, but of course, like I said, because of the love, you know what I'm saying? We got a situation where, there's like promotion, marketing from Drumwork, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the reason I ask is because like what I love about Drumwork is how different the artists are to like not everyone, but like
yep.
Like D Rose was sitting right where you are. I mean, free Rose for real.
Free
Like,
Rose, yeah.
But he was like, man, like skis is like the coal. Like you're like you got the lit. Like you got shots. Like love. You guys are so different than not what I'd expect, but like what I'd expect from Drumwork.
Yeah, from Conway's own mouth, he said that's what he was looking for. He didn't want people that rap like him or did what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was looking for other type of spitters. You know what I'm saying? Like that. He did that on purpose.
Well, that's why fucking your song, like, not for nothing, but he does a good amount of features, but your song stuck out. And that's why I was like a fan of yours after Joffrey, because I was like, oh, this is completely different.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Buffalo, for real, like how diverse the shit is.
Definitely.
Did you know? All right, so you were rapping in Buffalo and you went to DC, and did you know that it was special? Like what's your relation to like how Buffalo is now?
So I was off in DC kind of doing my thing. And I remember this is when, Shay was around, you know what I'm saying, RP. And they had Buff City, you know what I'm saying? And it was they had Lilo. That was the studio that they would always be at, you know what I'm saying? Like Benny and all of them. And when I'd be back home, I used to record there, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I kind of knew that situation. And I remember coming home one time and my boy Shine gave me a Hitler Wears Hermes. I think it was like one or two, like whatever one Rayful's plug is on.
Yeah.
And
what is that? Is
I feel like it's two.
I think it's two. Yeah.
But he gave me that joint. Like he just like, we was just riding around. He's like, yo, this shit right here, like West Side Gun. And I was like, what about him? And he's like, yo, play this shit. So I put it on, you know what I'm saying? And I'm bobbing. I'm like, yo, this shit fire. You know what I'm saying? And at this time, like, boys wasn't rapping like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot what year exactly, but it was like,
Had you heard him at all before that?
No. I've heard Benny, you know what I'm saying? Like Benny, like he was called 2 Chainz. Yeah, back then. He was like always around, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not saying West wasn't, but I only heard Benny.
Yeah.
And when I heard that joint, I was like, who is this nigga? Because boys wasn't rapping like that, like back then. You know what I'm saying? It was like that snapping era and all of that. And he came with that with Hitler too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like a fan from then. I was like, oh, he from the town too. I was like, okay, yeah, I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I was off at some, like, I forgot where, like Miami or something. And I flew back, and in the airport, it was Wes. He was like actually getting picked up from my cousins. And, you know, we just kind of exchanged numbers. That was the first time we linked.